and Hop. This is SunDayGoLessons.com, and today we're going to do another game review. This time it's going to be a 5Q and a 6Q. And this game, this is all about not playing slow moves. All right. A lot of times I see 5 and 6Qs, and they have a vision in their head that their opponent's going to kill them. If they don't play this move, make the group super safe. This is where reading comes in, all right? So your groups are a lot safer than you might think, and wasting a move to try to defend a group that's already alive is just a scotch above a pass, all right? It's not quite a pass because there's a stone there, but it's almost like passing. And we don't want to just lose moves for no reason. Each move has to do work. It has to get points. It has to do something for us, all right? We don't just want to just say basically like, oh, I've got to make my living group more alive. It doesn't make so much sense. So we're going to see how that works in the game. All right. Okay. Again, the beginning is not too much to write home about. Okay, we got 3-4 point stone up here, and then Black decided that he was going to approach the bottom. Absolutely no problem with this. A lot of Koreans like to play this attachment move. If you want to, go ahead. Makes White very strong though. Then that's your thing, then go right for it, because it's a perfectly legitimate move. Okay, we play out the standard sequence. Pretty much right out the book, eh? And then Black plays this. This is not necessarily a good move. The reason being is that you allowed White to get very strong on the left side to make this area so that you could start to build a box going this way. Then you switch sides. It makes much more sense to play something like this, or even this if you wanted to. All right, to try to build a bigger box with your investment. You paid a very heavy price. White is rock solid here. White is very rock solid. So there's no reason you should emphasize the left side. The only reason I think Black did that is because Black was like, oh, my opponent's going to make this gigantic territorial framework here. I've got to run in. No, you can make your own. Just make your own. Here, just make your own. Focus on your side of the board. Besides, you're Black. You're a move ahead. Your ability to make a territorial framework is a lot better than White's. But in the game, you play it like this. And White can easily pincer the stone in any number of ways in which to make use of this. In the game, White decided to just take territory. It's not really using its thickness as well as it could be used. Thickness is there to attack. And I think everyone knows this by now. White played this. I guess he's trying to really put pressure on these stones, but after Black extends this way, I don't see what the point of doing this is. Unless you're going to play this move later, and try to make a strong upper side, which is possible. In fact, it's what I think White's plan is. So we play this standard sequence out, but in the game, White played this. This is super slow. This is too slow. This is just like grandma. I mean, there's no reason to play this. All right, if you're going to play this high move up top, then at least play something like this to try to, quickly grab points on the board, try to develop large areas into points. There's no reason to play this right now because Black doesn't have to answer this move right now. Yes, it does prepare for the invasion. There's no problem with that. It does prepare for an invasion. Plays here, all right, and then Black covers. But see, here's the problem with this invasion. Black just covers. And now this is a sore point for Black. He doesn't want White to peep here, make the whole group heavy, so he can just do something like this. All right, so I don't see what the point of this was. I mean, Black wasn't there for territory regardless. He's going to make some territory anyway. If Black's feeling adventurous, he can just play here and dare White to peep here and then try to attack his group. That's not an urgent point. That's not as big as I think it could be. So we go back. With that having been said, Black says, well, fine. You think that you're going to invade me. I will defend. Again, a little bit slow. White can gouge out the territory there, and you can be fine and get thickness. Okay, but I do understand this. I do understand this. If you don't know that sequence, if you don't know how that turns out, and you want to play like this, that's fine. It takes his slow move and makes it sente. That's my only problem with it. Then white plays this. Slow again. Okay, you're playing this high move. Normally the standard sequence is here, right? You play this high move because you want to use this high move in combination with another move. This move has a number of different weaknesses here and here, here later. So you don't, you know what I'm saying, if you're going to use this weaker shape to try to raise the amount of potential the top has, try to raise the amount of potential the top has. So this, I understand why he's doing this and protecting this, but if you're going to play this, I would just play this outright. Okay, in which case black plays the bottom point, this is big. I would have also liked this, this would have been good, but I can understand why you played this. This is fairly decent. Try to make the bottom as big as possible. Okay, here's one midpoint left, white plays here. This makes sense. Black plays this. This is perfect. This is the absolute correct direction. All right, we're trying to build the right. Let's play a high stone. Let's raise the amount of potential the right has. And then white played this weird move. There's no cut here. There's no cut. So if you're not going to cut, why would you play this move? All it does is make black defend himself. And then I guess he realized there was no cut afterwards. Maybe he thought there was a cut. He jumped away. Right, so what we did was we exchanged this, made black strong, and then jumped away. In which case, black decides to make his corner big. Because he was all excited about the possibility of catching that stone in a shortage of liberties, which I'm not all that excited about, because this stone's worthless. And then white plays this move, also ultra slow. Ultra slow. The reason, one way in which you can tell if you're playing a slow move is kind of envisioning what would happen if your opponent went there. Can I ask you a question? Is this spot really all that great for black? Like, honestly? White's strong at the top. I understand he doesn't want black to make a large center, but if you play something like this beforehand, like, I don't know, like this, for instance, to try attack here, you can play here. This does kind of hurt your chances, though. I mean, obviously, if we can go without this bad exchange. You can play all sorts of stuff. You can reduce them here, reduce them here. I'm not afraid of black making a big thing here. So when white plays this, it feels slow. It feels really slow. It doesn't feel like it's on the border of two moyos. It feels like it's just trying to buttress a moyo that's already strong. And then black is really happy to capture this one useless stone. Which case white gives it up. White plays here, which is technically correct. This stone's not important to anything. Again, I feel that this side is big for white, that white needs to come here at some point. White played this in the game. This is a very small amount of territory. And there's no backup, and there's no follow-up move. That's really all that's here that black can't really handle. So this move becomes very slow. This clearly, I mean, black played this now. This is starting to become clearly the place or the part of the world we need to pay attention to. It's starting to get too big. So when white played there, black took the opportunity to play here. Perfect. No problem with this move. Now white's forced to invade or else he'll automatically lose the game. Okay, white invades here. It's perfectly fine for black to just play like this. This is very simple. And then wall white off in the center. For Q level players, when your opponent invades like this, locate up to a star point stone in like the middle of a moya like this, I highly recommend just making an iron pillar. It's simple. It's over with, you're done. White might try to peep here, but you can probably handle that. In the game, black played this. This is not terrible. White slid under. Black's saying, I want the center more. Black presses down on white, okay. And then white breaks a cardinal rule. White makes a second weak group inside black's moyo next to his other weak group. You have two weak groups next to each other. And black has more stones. So this is just greedy. This is saying, I don't know what to do with your large territorial framework. I have to move in now, or else I just will go crazy unless I don't destroy it. Okay. Black's job now, Black's sole mission in life is keep white separated and play as aggressively as he can. Okay, Black played this. That's fine. This would have been good too. This makes sense. White jumps, and then Black continues to came up, which is perfect. This is how you're supposed to attack him. White plays here, and then Black blocks, which he's supposed to do. Okay, that makes sense, right? Okay, the question here, White plays here, and Black played this move. So the question here is whether or not White can connect in the center. There's no way White can connect in the center, so Black should play like this and squeeze White. There's nothing here. Black Hanes. Alright, so there's no way these two connect to one another. Is he afraid of this? White plays like that. But there's always this Hane. Nothing changes this Hane. Black goes here. Black goes here. Oops. White goes here. Is this what he's afraid of? It must be. Black can sort of gouge out this shape pretty much. Yep. Like that. And White's looking like he doesn't have necessarily enough eye space. So if White plays this, Black, White, Black, White, Black. The connection doesn't actually give White an eye, so it doesn't look like this is going to be a big deal for him. So I don't see what the big problem, what the big deal is in the end. Because what Black did in the game is go back all the way back. Okay, is that Black played this. Okay, but I guess Black was really scared that White would connect the two groups, but even if he could connect the two groups, I don't see how that benefits White at all. So White turns. Black plays here. It'd be better to play here, but I guess he's afraid of this, so this makes sense. White plays here. Black should probably jump. Normal should give us a jump. He played this. I can see why, but now this group's alive. This group is dying. Okay, White plays here, and let's not get ahead of ourselves. Just block. You don't have to do anything fancy here. There really should not be enough space in this area for him to live, to be honest with you. So if you just try to make sure it's as small as possible and make sure he doesn't get access to the edge of the board, he shouldn't have enough eye space to really make to do much. In the game, Black plays this, and this is a little bit slack. White comes back, the White should play this. Black peeps, and see, like here, this would have been a much better move. Okay, so again, deny White access to the edge of the board to make sure that he does not get enough eye space. I understand we want to peep, but okay, block. And see now, letting White have this is just silly. Block, he gets extra points at the edge of the board to make life with. We don't want that. Then he pushes up, and then we have this horrible shape weakness here, this bad shape. You have to come back and go like this. Can White even live, though? If we go like this. Yeah, it looks like he can make life. In the game, Black played like this. White blocks, Black cuts. And White made use of Black's problem here, although because now Black has this Kama that's cut. So if Black comes down like this, then comes back up to connect because he has to, White pushes in between his groups. This should not happen. This should not have happened. Black was much thicker than white in this area. And now we have this horrible broken ladder, which is not really a ladder, right? So pushes him back up, and then black tries to net white. White should just jump here. This shape has got all sorts of weaknesses in it. White would have been better to just cut. Cutting doesn't work though. Yeah, cutting doesn't work. It would have been better just to save this. White plays like this. This type of stuff is dangerous because you've left your regroup over here. You're not out of dodge yet, so I understand you really want to attack this, but you want to get out of dodge first. Black didn't read semi out. And now he needlessly loses 3 stones. This is such an awful result, but then black can come back around. If he plays this, I would not have answered this as white, but white did. And now black takes this area. Alright. See, white almost was home free, and then he let shiny stuff distract him. You gotta watch that sort of thing. Okay, keep your eye focused on your group. If your opponent makes a mistake like black did, letting white out like that. White's dead. There's no way white has enough space in here to make a living group. Nope. And he can try all he likes this stuff. You all knew that was coming, right? So now he's going to cut. A desperation decision. Okay, let's just say for the sake of argument this is a semi. White has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 liberties. Black has 1, 2, 3. Let's count this as 4, 5, 6 liberties about. And then white decides to play this, so I guess white just gave up. Because now you can just, black can push out. Black was scared, decided to kill white off. I can understand that. White can't read out capturing races. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Black can just do this. In place here, black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. White has 1, 2, 3. Black plays this. And to me, it's pretty much clear who wins this race. Black has killed white. White allowed shiny things to distract him, and then when he could have made a jailbreak, and now white's pretty much all dead on the side of the board. Even if he does deserve to be, but he did have a chance. Right, black jumps out. This is a good move. I like this move a lot. White plays here, which is the follow-up move, but it's not very severe. Who cares? Alright, well there's not really much more to go over with this game. Basically, white dies big and black goes on to win by 12 points. So that's all well and good. The main thing you have to remember from this game is that you need to watch out for the slow moves in the opening. You have to watch out for that. You cannot just, I understand that you want to make a solid group or that you're preparing an invasion, but you have to keep your eye on the ball. If you're going to make a big territory, you don't want to be the one that has to say, oh, wait a second. If I let him have all the territory, I'm going to lose, and then I'm going to invade, and then this is going to happen to me. If you do have to invade, don't make 2 weak groups next to one another, because this happens. Alright? So I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a lot. I'll see you next time.